Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're going to go over our GameWeek 14 knee-jerk reaction. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and also click the notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads. Also look out for FPL Social, which is a live in-person FPL event coming up in Melbourne in February of next year. We're going to be there, so for tickets and information click the link in the description. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So in today's video, we're going to look over the most transferred in and transferred out players so far this game week and give you guys a recommendation as to whether or not you should go with the crowd and bring these players into your teams or release them from your squads. So starting off with the top transfers in this game week, Kevin De Bruyne is the most popular player to join the squads after he was able to net in Manchester City's win in game week 13. As a result, he did get himself 9 points, as he also picked up 2 bonus points, as Haaland did get the triple bonus in this game, as he did get himself 2 goals. But once again, De Bruyne proving himself to be one of the better midfielder premium options right now. He's been in better touch than most Salah in the Premier League, that's for sure. Salah did get that hat-trick in the Champions League and the goal in the Premier League a couple of game weeks ago, but I just think Kevin De Bruyne has been way more consistent than most Salah this season. And he's got a great balance of goal and assist potential. He's getting good consistent starting minutes for Manchester City. So personally, I do think De Bruyne is the best premium midfielder in FPL right now. I do prefer him over Salah, especially considering Manchester City's fixtures from game weeks 14 through 16 before that next wildcard becomes available. So definitely a nice premium option to target if you're looking to replace Mo Salah. If you're not happy with him, I think Kevin De Bruyne is a great replacement and just an all-round great player to have in the team. Leandro Trossard, he's seen a lot of transfer activity over the last couple of game weeks. He has featured on the knee-jerk reaction quite a few times in the last 5 game weeks, as he has been one of the most transferred in players in around game weeks 8, 9 and 10, even game weeks 11 and 12. Then he was heavily transferred out coming into game week 13 because he had Manchester City, and then he scored a worldie against Manchester City, and he's been heavily transferred back in for game week 14 because he's got a good fixture, or better fixture than what Manchester City was last game week. So it's definitely an interesting one. He seems to go on these scoring runs where you can go blank for a few game weeks and then get a nice haul and everyone jumps on him. Personally, I'm still a massive fan of him. He's one to look out for and just keep an eye on, because if he can replicate this performance in game week 14 and show some more consistency, maybe he could be a good pick, but his returns just come too irregularly. And the goal that he did score was quite a low XG goal. I'm not too sure how many times he's going to be recreating that kind of goal across the season. So personally, I'm not a massive fan of Trossard coming into the squad. At most, he's definitely just one to keep an eye on, at least for game week 14, see how he goes. And if he can keep up the form, maybe then he's a punt from game weeks 15 and 16. But just off the basis of 1 goal, which was his first return in a while, probably not looking to jump on him straight away like a lot of these managers are doing. Miguel Almoran, another decent pick. I actually do really like this player, as despite him not playing in game week 13, he has been in very good form recently. He's got himself so he hasn't played yet in game week 13. Despite this, he's been in good form with 4 goals in his previous 3 before game week 13. We'll have to see how he goes this game week as he does play in the next couple of days. And Newcastle do have some good fixtures from game weeks 14 through 16 for him to continue some decent goal scoring form. So around £5.3 million definitely could prove to be a nice value pick. He does actually have pretty decent underlying stats in terms of XG. So a nice pick actually. I would definitely prefer him over Trossard as that sort of cheaper midfielder option that you can get those starting minutes out of, as Almoran probably has better fixtures than Trossard. He's got better underlying numbers and he is a bit cheaper as well. So I'd probably be leaning towards Almoran if you're looking for that extra midfielder. Looking at the most transferred out players now, Mo Salah of course features here. He's been so disappointing for Liverpool this season. He has recorded a blank in his last 2 matches now, not scoring against West Ham at home or Nottingham Forest away, which are probably 2 fixtures that you would be expecting a player of nearly £13 million to be scoring in. So personally, I do think he's one that could potentially be on the chopping block if you're looking for Kevin De Bruyne to come into the team and you don't already have true Manchester City. I think that is one of the better transfers that you can make this game week. Otherwise, I'm not a massive fan of holding on to him. If you've already got triple Manchester City, maybe you can give him another chance for a couple of game weeks. For example, if you have Foden already in your midfield, after Foden did get rested in game week 13 or started on the bench, I'm sure he's going to be good to go getting to those starting minutes for game week 14. So maybe you could give him another chance with a decent fixture this game week, but I definitely can see the frustration from managers getting him out of the teams. And I do think if you're getting rid of him without triple Manchester City, De Bruyne is the prime replacement option. Reece James continues to be on the top transfers out, clearly a good transfer out. He's not going to be playing from game weeks 14 through 16. So definitely a good opportunity to get rid of him. There's definitely lots of good defender options right now at a cheaper price. We have discussed those a lot previously. The Crystal Palace defenders are always good options, whether it's Guerhi or Anderson. I really like Castagna as well. Probably my favourite pick to replace Reece James in the minute. He's coming in at 4.5 million. Got great attacking potential, and he's got himself returns in 4 consecutive matches for Leicester. So as far as Reece James replacements go, I do like Timothy Castagna. And looking at the third most transferred out player, it is Trossard's teammate and Pascal Gross. He has dropped off quite a lot since he made a good start earlier on in the season. Really hasn't been putting up too many goals and assists, despite playing pretty decently for Brighton. He's not getting those attacking contributions that we were used to seeing from him earlier in the season. So personally, I do think this is a good transfer out. Definitely a good opportunity to get rid of him, especially with Almoran at a pretty similar price. Looking to be a great replacement for him, who's in great touch, and could be a nice punt for the next 3 game weeks for Newcastle. So with these top transfers in mind, let's have a look at our Game Week 14 transfer watch list. The first player here has to be Kevin De Bruyne, coming in at £12.3 million. One of my favourite premium options in the game right now, probably behind Haaland and Kane. I think De Bruyne is a great pick. He's definitely the best premium midfielder, as we discussed previously. I do prefer him to Mo Salah, and he's got a great fixture in Game Week 14 of Leicester away, which are a side that have conceded one of the most amount of goals so far this season. He is predicted to perform quite well in this game with a 5.6 predicted points in Game Week 14, and he's expected to do well over his next 6 with 36.2 predicted points. So definitely one, if you're getting in this game week, a great player to just have all the way up until the World Cup break, up until Game Week 16. Definitely a very strong pick. The second one here is Ivan Toney. He remains on the watch list. He has yet to partake in Game Week 13 at the time of recording, but a really good forward option to have in the team. Definitely one to target. He's got good fixtures coming up. He's expected to do quite well in Game Week 14. 5.1 predicted points in that game week. He's got Wolves at home, so definitely a good opportunity for him to score. And he's expected to do quite well, especially in his next 3. In his next 6, he is projected 26.3. So definitely a nice forward option to consider for the teams. Otherwise, Phil Foden should be getting starting minutes in Game Week 14. So if you're looking for that alternative to Kevin De Bruyne, I want to save a bit of money. Foden at £8.4 million. Despite blanking in his last 2 game weeks, I still really like. He should be getting starting minutes from here on out, as the fixture schedule is decently spaced apart from now until Game Week 16. So hopefully he continues those starting minutes. And he's got Leicester away, so very good fixture from an attacking perspective. His predicted points have dropped off quite a lot since he did get that rotation in Game Week 13, because that's increased his uncertainty around his minutes. So it's only dropped his predicted points down to 3.9, but personally still one of my favourite midfielder picks at around that £8 million price tag. Trossard, as we've discussed previously, he's only one to keep on the watch list. Definitely wouldn't look to buy him. Just one to keep an eye on for Game Week 14, see how he fares, whether he can keep up his form, because consistency has been a real issue with him so far this season. He seems to just pop up with one-off massive performances. So it's really for him about just stringing together that consistency. And if you can do it in Game Week 14 again, definitely one to look out for in Game Week 15 and 16 as a good differential. Martinelli and Saka are a part of an Arsenal double up here in midfield. 2 players that I really like, with great fixtures in Game Week 14. Obviously both facing Nottingham Forest at home there. These are the 2 players that are predicted to score the highest in Game Week 14 out of any player on this watch list. Martinelli is expected to score 7.2 and Saka up with 7. So definitely nice options to have if you're looking for that good Game Week 14 midfielder. Maybe you're looking to sell someone in the middle of the park. If you're looking for a good replacement, especially for this game week, I wouldn't look much further than Martinelli or Saka. Both players have been in great touch so far this season. Saka especially has been in great form recently, so if you have the extra money in the bank, I probably would prefer Saka slightly over Martinelli, especially since he's shown that he's going to be on penalties as well for Arsenal. It does make him a lot more tempting. As we discussed previously in the most transferred in players, Miguel Almoran is actually one of my favourite midfielder picks right now, especially considering how cheap he is at just £5.3 million. A superb fixture of Aston Villa at home in Game Week 14. Also one of the best fixtures from an attacking perspective, considering that Aston Villa do have a new manager that's going to be appointed. So it just gives Newcastle a great chance to put a few goals past them, and hopefully Almoran can continue his very, very good form. So if you are a bit tight on budget or you're looking for a good differential, I think Almoran is a seriously good pick, especially for Game Weeks 14, 15 and 16. And then as per usual, Harry Kane remains on the watch list. He's still yet to play in Game Week 13. His ownership is still sitting at around 20%, so if you're looking for a great premium option and you don't have him in the forward line already, definitely one to consider, as in Game Week 14 he's got a great fixture of Bournemouth away. He's expected to score the third best out of any player on the watch list in Game Week 14 with 5.9 points, and is expected to do quite well over his next 6 game weeks, so definitely one to have up until that World Cup break in Game Week 16 as a pretty much set and forget option. He's such a consistent performer for Tottenham, and when he blanked in Game Week 12, it was the first time he blanked in 10 game weeks for Tottenham. So very, very consistent, very reliable, and at £11.5 million, one of my favourite premium options in FPL at the moment. Thanks for watching today's knee-jerk reaction for Game Week 14. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel. Also, click the notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads. And look out for FPL Social coming up in Melbourne in February of next year. Tickets and information are in the link in the description. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.